Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we're going to be talking about something that trips up a lot of you guys, and that is how to act around beautiful women. Let's face it, attraction can mess with your head a little bit. Even the most confident guys can start behaving differently the second that they're talking to someone that they find incredibly attractive. And while some of it might seem harmless, there are certain behaviors that can actually sabotage your chances, often without you even realizing it. So in today's video, I'll be breaking down the most common mistakes that men make when interacting with beautiful women. For the most part, I'm staying away from those cliche dating tips here. These are going to be real behaviors that I've seen over and over again, and things that often make the difference between sparking a genuine connection or getting overlooked completely. So let's get into it. The first one here, and this might seem a little bit cliche, but I'm starting here for a reason because it is one of the most common that I see, and that is putting her on a pedestal. A lot of men treat beautiful women as if they're in some different category of human being, like they're superior, flawless, or too good to be spoken to normally. You might not realize that you're doing it, but it's going to show up in very subtle ways. One being you over agree with every single thing that she says, even if you don't actually agree or feel that way. Two, you become overly accommodating, trying to make sure that she's never even slightly uncomfortable. Number three, you start performing, saying things just to impress her rather than just simply being yourself. All of these create a dynamic where she is the prize and you're just trying to be chosen. This screams low confidence, desperation, and signals that you do not see your own value, which is a huge issue. And a lot of beautiful women are used to this kind of treatment. They don't need another guy bowing down to them. They're more intrigued by someone who treats them just like a normal person. So instead of idolizing her and putting her up on this imaginary pedestal that you've created in your head, just interact with her. Be respectful, yes, of course, but also stay grounded in who you are and the value that you also bring to the equation. Number two, being afraid to challenge her. Many guys walk on eggshells around women that they think are beautiful. They avoid any sort of disagreement or playful teasing because they're afraid that it's going to totally ruin their chances, when in reality, it's the opposite. No one wants to feel like they're talking to a robot who disagrees with everything that they say, unless they have serious ego problems. And beautiful women especially are used to people constantly tiptoeing around them. When a guy respectfully challenges her or simply just has his own opinions and isn't afraid to voice them, it's going to stand out. It shows confidence, authenticity, and most importantly, a backbone. You're not being mean or confrontational. You're showing that you're not afraid to speak your mind, and that is attractive. Being able to speak your mind and challenge someone respectfully starts with one key ingredient: confidence. Confidence doesn't just come from what you say, it comes from how you show up. And one of the most overlooked ways to boost that confidence is through your appearance, especially your skin. That's where today's sponsor, Tiege Hanley, comes in. Tiege Hanley takes the guesswork out of skincare with straightforward systems designed to fit effortlessly into your daily routine, just like everything else you do with purpose and intention. It's simple, effective, and only takes a few minutes in the morning and before bed so you can stay focused on what actually matters in your life. And the truth is, when your skin looks better, you feel better. Confidence carries into everything: your work, your relationships, and even how you walk into a room. Tiege Hanley's performance-driven formulas are made specifically for men and their unique skincare needs. So whether you're stepping into a new role at work or showing up for a first date, your skin should make just as strong of an impression as everything else about you. If you're not sure where to start, I would recommend their Level 1 system. It comes with all of the essentials that you'll need: a daily face wash, a gentle exfoliating scrub, an AM moisturizer with SPF 20, and a PM moisturizer to keep your skin hydrated overnight. And to make it even easier, every box comes with a quick start card that shows you exactly what to use, how much to use, and when to use it. Tiege Hanley also backs everything with their handsome guarantee. Love it or get your money back, no questions asked. Because Tiege is sponsoring today's video, they've got a great deal for you. Save up to 40% on your first box and get a free gift valued at $20. And if you become a member, you'll also get 20% off for life. Click the first link in the description to get started with Tiege Hanley today and give your skin the attention it deserves. Number three, projecting insecurity. This is a sneaky one. When a guy feels like he's not good enough for a beautiful woman, he often overcompensates. That might look like bragging about money, status, success, name dropping, or trying to seem connected, constantly fishing for compliments or reassurance. This doesn't come across as confidence, it comes across as insecurity, and it makes the interaction feel so much more like a performance or a sales pitch than a genuine connection. Beautiful women have a radar for this kind of behavior because they're experiencing it all the time. They meet a lot of guys who try to sell themselves instead of just being themselves. Real confidence is quiet. It's in how you carry yourself, how you speak, and how you make her feel, not in how impressive your stats are. Number 4, being intimidated into passivity. Sometimes men get so nervous around a beautiful woman that they totally freeze up. They wait for her to lead the conversation, give all the signals, or basically make all of the moves. And while being respectful is important, there's a difference between being respectful and being passive. This puts all the pressure on her to carry the interaction, and often it just feels kind of awkward. Women want to feel like they can relax in your presence, not like they have to run the whole show. Leadership and decisiveness are incredibly attractive traits in a man. That doesn't mean being pushy, it just means having the confidence to guide the conversation, suggest the next move, or show that genuine interest without hesitation. Number 5, trying to be someone that you're not. This one is huge. I see this all the time. I think a lot of men start changing their behavior, their opinions, even their sense of humor sometimes, just to align with what they think that this woman wants. You're basically acting out a character that you assume will be more appealing. It's totally inauthentic, and it's really easy to feel, especially for a woman who's used to people totally changing around her. But the truth is, what is most attractive is a guy who knows who he is and isn't afraid to show it. That kind of self-assurance is so rare, and I think it's important to remember that if she doesn't vibe with the real you, that's okay. Faking it is never going to lead to a lasting connection anyway. Number 6, avoiding physicality completely. In today's world, a lot of guys go to the extreme end of caution, which I can understand. They avoid any sort of physical interaction out of fear of coming across the wrong way, which, again, totally get it. And while good intentions are great, zero physical cues can kind of send the wrong message. If there's no physical signals that you're sending, no gentle touch on the arm, no confident body language, it can feel like you're just trying to be her friend. Touch doesn't have to be inappropriate to be effective. A warm handshake, a playful nudge, a quick touch on the back as you lead her through a crowd. Again, not if she's a stranger, but if you know her. If you have built rapport with her, if you're on date number 2, 3, you've gotten to know this girl, I think these are really important things to remember. I'm not telling you to go touch a stranger, okay? Want to make that very clear. I have been out and about before and had men touch me on the small of my back that I don't even know, that I've never spoken to, and I don't like that. Personally, maybe some women do, but I think it's incredibly inappropriate to just touch people that you don't know. So again, this is if you have built rapport with her, if you have spoken to her already, if you're on, the first few dates, that kind of thing. But these subtle signals communicate confidence and interest without being aggressive. If you're respectful and in tune with the moment, it's really going to help build chemistry. Number 7, over-pursuing too quickly. When a guy feels this strong attraction for someone, he sometimes goes all in, texting nonstop, giving compliments constantly, buying gifts way too early. It feels really overwhelming. And to a woman who's used to being pursued, it can come off as trying to sort of buy her affection or move things forward before there's real connection. It almost feels a little bit transactional. Attraction needs space to grow. If you skip the buildup, you'll lose the tension and the mystery that's there. So stay calm, consistent, and interested without being overbearing and overwhelming. That balance is going to show confidence and emotional maturity. Number 8 is overestimating her dating life. A common mistake that many men make with beautiful women is assuming that she must already be taken, constantly dating or juggling this endless attention from a whole roster of guys. And this often leads to one of two things. Either they approach with a defensive, skeptical attitude, or they end up not approaching her at all. They think, why bother? She probably already has 10 guys chasing her already. But here is the reality. A lot of attractive women actually get approached less than you would expect, at least in a meaningful or respectful way. A lot of men will feel a little bit too intimidated or assume they don't have a chance, so they talk themselves out of it before they even try. And if you do approach, carrying that assumption with you still creates distance. It can make you come off as cold, disinterested, or insecure, like you're bracing for rejection before the conversation with her even starts. And the problem here is that you're no longer seeing her, you're seeing an idea of her. You've built up this image of her in your head, sort of like putting her on a pedestal, and now you're interacting with that instead of the actual person that is standing in front of you. The better mindset to have here is just a neutral curiosity. You don't know her story. She might be single, she might be looking for something real, she might just appreciate a genuine conversation, but you'll never know unless you actually show up with openness, not assumption. So don't psych yourself out. Don't write her story before she's even had the chance to share it with you. Treat her like a human being, not this fantasy that you're creating in your head, and you'll already stand out from 99% of the guys who never even try. Number 9, expecting her to be high maintenance or difficult. Sticking on the assumption train here, some men approach beautiful women with the mindset that they're probably rude, entitled, hard to talk to, shallow. This judgmental mindset is going to leak into their tone, energy, or even the things that they're saying, and women can feel it. You're projecting your own biases onto someone that you don't even know, and it makes the interaction feel really awkward or tense. And this goes for anything. When you approach someone with assumptions, you limit the possibility for a real connection. Instead, try to go in with a clean slate. Be open, grounded, and curious. And let her maybe surprise you. People often rise to meet the energy that you bring. And remember, one of my favorite little sayings that I like to say on my channel here is, when you assume, you make an ass of you and me. So at the end of the day, beautiful women are still just women. They want real connection, authenticity, and someone who sees them for who they are. When you stop putting them on a pedestal, stop trying to impress them all the time, and just show up as your real, grounded self, that's when you're going to stand out. You're not going to connect with everyone, and that is okay. So if you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more real advice from a woman's perspective. Let me know down in the comments, have you caught yourself making any of these mistakes before? And maybe also share what helped you get past them. I would love to hear from you guys down in the comments. Also, be sure to follow me over on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I try to share more personal things over there and try my best to respond to messages. So if that sounds like something that you would be interested in, be sure to go follow me over on there as well. But as always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.